Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm going to do a little quick flip through of the tag ticket Hinge journal that we started last week. I had a chance to finish it over the weekend, so I have made a brown paper bag out of deli paper. I just crinkled up one sheet of deli paper I wanted it to have that used sort of look, and then I coffee stained it. And then I just folded it into, using that kind of coin pocket where you just fold both sides in, fold the bottom up, trim out the extra, glue down the flap, and then I just put a notch in the top for the little thumb hole. And then I decoupaged it using some of the Tim Holtz ink, this vintage photo. I put just a tiny bit in the matte medium that I decoupaged with, and so it gave it kind of that all over tea stained or stained look. You can also just use coffee in your matte medium, like just add a little coffee to your matte medium or your Mod Podge or whatever you like to use to decoupage with, and it'll do the same thing. It's just the fun part with the Tim Holtz is you can, like I did this ring using the ink too. I just dipped the bottom of a mason jar in it and set it on there, and you can make some spots darker and lighter, and so anyway, but you can get a similar effect with just coffee. And so this was a plain white doily, one of those big square ones, and I just tore it and then added some napkin here. This is a piece of tissue paper, and that's part of the napkin, and then I just did a fabric, kind of a cluster here with the little pearl on that piece there, and just glued that down after I stitched it together. So yeah, that was kind of a fun little crinkly bag to put it in. And then this is what it looks like all finished. This is just a small pretty thin doily that I've put on the outside here, and this is a piece of sari silk that I stitched to the doily because it comes off. So it's just kind of a little cover, kind of like I did, with that last one. But it's just been, you can see the stitching there on the sari silk. And then here's the front, and I showed you guys this the other day. I haven't changed anything. This is I'll scooch it in just a little. Hopefully I'll remember to scooch back out. But this is from my Digi Spillin Tea, and then this is an old kind of yellow hanky that I had. And basically this rose is added, but the rest is just all one of my one of these journaling cards from the Digi. So then I also put some fabric, just cotton, thin. I think that was a piece of an old hanky too that I just tore, and then I inked it, added it on the spine, and then it opens, and we put it together with all the little tickets, and those are from Artie Mays. And this is one of the tags from my new Digi, Spillin Tea. And all I added was this flower, this washi flower here, and a little fabric at the top, so that you can write here still on there, and you can write here as well. And then on this time card, I added a little glassine pocket, and it just has this little image in it, and that is from my new Digi as well, and I backed it with some of the paper from the new Digi. I did add a strip of the scrapbook paper that I printed my cups and stuff on, and I added this washi leaf here, just kind of, like tea leaves kind of thing. And then this is another spot to journal on, and I added a ruffle. And I got this ruffle was made by Emily at Emmephemera's Treasures, and so I'll link her shop. She makes some really nice ruffles. They're very even and nice. And the tickets, and then I just added a piece of fabric to the top of that tag, and that's also in my Digi. And then over here, this is a pocket from Medieval Mirage that I shrunk down when we did that last mini journal, and I just cut out one of the little like teacup things from this paper, just fussy cut them out, and I added that there, and a little piece of a ticket, and this is from Medieval Mirage as well. And then this is a tea card from Tracy Fox, And then this image is also in my new Digi. There's more of it, but I just tore it here and then backed it. And that tag is from a freebie paper I got from Artie Mae's years ago, at least 2 years ago. And then this is a little to from that I got from Nick the Booksmith. She had those at one point. And then another teacup that I cut out. And then this is a stamp. And this is one of those library cards that they used to run through the printers. That's why it has the tracking thing on it. And so I just added one of these little, what are they, key tags, these things. And it's already aged, like that's the real color that it is. I just stamped the little teacup and the little teapot there, and I added a little metal square that says, been metal stamped, it says tea on it. And then these are, that's the back to write on, and one of my tags. And on the back of this tag I added a pocket. This is a strip from Medieval Mirage, and this is her freebie that she's got on her YouTube channel right now. If you go over there and subscribe, or if you're already a subscriber, you can have access to those. And then this is the little book page note spot, or I don't even know what to call it, but it's just one book page folded in half and folded again, and then you just add paper to it so you have a place to write. And so that just tucks in there. And then this is Shabbydabbydoodah, and so is that. That's a washi sticker, some music. This is some paper that I tea stained. That's a tea bag that we put on the back of this tag to, you know, vintage it up or whatever, and little lace, and it just goes in this pocket. And that's Tim Holtz paper back there. And this right here is Allie, the Cockney Crafter, and that's from my Digi. And it goes in this pocket that we've added the vellum to, because you can print, this is from my new Digi, the Spillin Tea, and you can print these pages. They don't have any background or any color in the background, so when you print them on vellum, the whole, you know, it's very see-through, or you can print it on a different type of scrapbook paper and, you know, get just the images instead of some other color or whatever. So that just slides in there, and then you can see the people there, and those are more the little cups and things that I fussy cut out of my paper. Added them here and here too. And this is just some typing paper, one of the images from my new Digi, and that's just the back, nice writing spot. Here's a tag for my new Digi with the kitty cats, and that's in the Digi as well. And then this is the paper back here that has tea stain behind it, and that's from Artie Mae's. And then this is a vellum pocket out of that same paper with no, it doesn't have anything on the background. And then I added just this little ticket that has an eyelet in it and a little spoon, silver spoon, and some beads there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. So yeah, it's just a fun little small journal that gets tucked away in a bag. So I will have this listed in my shop. If it's not there today, it'll be there tomorrow. Just it's been kind of one of those days. We had to go take my son's car in. It had a screw in the tire, so that was fun because it's, you know, obviously not been holding air. And we had a busy weekend, so I'm off to a late start, so to speak, today with my videos and things. So I thought what we could work on today is I'm going to be making another tea type journal, and this is a custom order, so this one will, you know, is already sold, but it's she wanted a manila file folder for the cover, and so I'm going to, what I've done is take just a regular size manila file folder. I cut the two sides off to make it 9. It's 9 inches from here to here. I've scored this at 6 inches, and I scored this side at 6 inches. So what happens is this will become a pocket inside the journal. Then it'll fold this way, and this flap will be on the outside. So it's sort of like a clutch, you know. So anyway, that's just a little, I've done one of these before in this style, and I think I'm going to collage the whole outside with paper. And so I've gotten this, it's just a one signature. So I've gotten the signature already, and that will go in here. But for today, I thought we could work on something that will go in the journal, and I don't know exactly where yet. But I like to make things out of the instructions from sewing patterns. And I have some videos, old videos on this, but I haven't done it for a while, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to do something with one again. So what I'm thinking is on this particular one, I'm going to have this page glued down. I'm going to turn this into a pocket, so I'm going to cut basically where this line is here and up the side, so this whole square will go away. That'll be a pocket right there. And then because this is two pieces, you know, it's a large piece of paper that's folded up like this. This is how you get the instructions. I thought we could make like maybe a top pocket here and a side pocket here. This one will glue down. I'm gonna have to trim this a little, but it'll fold up like this and it'll be in the journal like that, and then you can open it out and just have some nice large, you know, pretty large pockets there, because these measure about, and I don't know if in other places these are the same, but this is pretty standard for the ones that I've used. It's about 7 1/4, and each little section is about 4 3/4 roughly. You know, and they're never perfect. They're never square. They always kind of are, you know, funny shaped, but we can work with it because you can change up the folds and trim stuff off, and they seem to work just fine. I've done other things like folded in both sides and made two pockets. You know, if you cut these two pockets there, and then it's, you can make it kind of like a loaded pocket book sort of thing. So I've done a few different things with those. Let me mark where I want to cut it. That would probably be the smart thing. Oh, pencil. Just need to cut about there. It's just a very little bit that needs to come off so that that can close properly. I might go just a tiny bit more so that you know, there's nothing getting caught. I just wanted to lift that up and make sure I have it on the paper, because this is much like old book page as far as its feel, and so it can be very tricky to cut. You know what, I think I'm just going to stop there and use my other cutter. I don't know why I always forget to use that cutter. Well, part of the problem is that it's not big enough. And where did I put it? I don't know where I set it. I think I'll just use scissors. It's probably downstairs, because that's usually what happens. Just those sliding cutters always tear the paper. They don't cut it when it's this type of paper. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that old book page feel. It just like tears. It doesn't cut right. So if you have the guillotine or whatever you want to call it, the chomper one, it works way better. Okay, I think that'll close okay. Just get it exactly straight here in the middle. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a very nice weekend. My husband and I on Saturday went for a quad or ATV or however you want to say it ride, and we went 57 miles. That was a little much for me. I am not real super outdoorsy, and I don't camp. That's a no. I mean, I have camped, but I just don't enjoy it. And so that was a little long. I like going, and it was awesome to see the things that we saw, but that was just a little bit too long. And our quad has a horrible back seat on it, like it's just one that we added, and it's miserably uncomfortable. So needless to say, I'm kind of a wreck with my hips and legs and junk, but I mean, I'm fine. It's just sore. But anyway, it was a lot of fun to go ride. We went with some friends, and it was awesome to see all the sights and things. Just, I'm not in the shape that I used to be in, I'll just say that. Cut just a tiny bit more off of here, because I would like it to resemble something near straight. So, and a lot of this is going to get covered, right, because you're going to put papers and things on it, but there's a pocket. And I don't think I'll make it a multiple pocket because this paper's so thin, so I'll probably glue this together and just have it as a pocket, even though these will be one thickness, but by the time we cover them with stuff, it'll be thicker, you know. But for this one, I may do this one as a top pocket as well. So we need to do some gluing for that to work. So we're just going to, and it was just fortunate that I had that line right there, but it left me a pocket that measures about, sorry, I can't see where the lines are, just over 3.5. So this pocket's about 3.5 inches, so roughly around there. It's not like it has to be exactly this measurement. You can make your pocket whatever size you want to make it if you don't have a specific line on your pattern like I had. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue right along this edge just so this will stay closed on the side. I don't want to cover it, but I do want it to stay closed on the side so we can have a top pocket. And we probably won't finish this because it's a lot of surface to cover, but I just want to give you the idea of, you know, kind of what you're going for there. And then we're going to glue this little guy closed, so we'll just put in it, you know, it doesn't matter, it's just getting it closed, and I think I'll run a bead right across the top so it doesn't snag on stuff. A little on the inside there, so it'll stay closed nicely. You could, I guess, you know, turn it into a pocket if you wanted that many pockets. I just don't think it's necessary because we're already going to have the top one and 2 more, so. Got that crooked when I folded it. Okay, I might wait on putting the glue there because I want to collage that first, and I'll wait on putting the thumb holes, but we'll put a top thumb hole and a side thumb hole. We'll put a top thumb hole in that one too. So let's get collaging that a bit. And I think I'm going to use that paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, that Theodosia square, I believe it's called, something like that, but it's a Hobby Lobby paper. And then I'll also use pieces from my Digi, but I have, you know, some small pieces, so I might as well just use this up. Let's see, maybe this one could go this way because it fits just about perfect. And like, I don't care if a little bit of the edge of this shows. I just want most of the writing covered since it's not anything real great. And I am going to tear this a little. So yeah, that ride, oh my gosh, that seat in that on that quad is just no good. It was basically like standing in or trying to squat in stirrups for 8 hours. It wasn't good, it was bad. So won't be doing that again anytime soon, I'll tell you. We're talking about selling that quad and getting one that actually has the second seat instead of, you know, just the one that you add on, because that has never been a comfortable seat. It's like it doesn't sit right, it falls forward, so you like slipping forward when you know, need to not be slipping forward. And so then we added like little foot things that flip down so you can put your feet on them, but then they're at an odd angle. It's just, yeah, it's just no good. Even my son, who's 16, went with my husband last time, and he was a wreck the next day too, because just sore, because it's just not a comfortable seat to sit in for very long. It was great on the way up. I had, you know, it was a blast, and we went and saw an old town, and it used to be, my husband used to go up there, and he said it used to be kind of like falling down, like dilapidated, and they've always had a caretaker up there just so people wouldn't vandalize it, but now it's really come back, and they've like painted all the buildings and fixed a lot of them up, and they're doing work on a lot of them, and like you can get lunch and pie and all kinds of stuff up there. We took our lunch, but you know, you could do that. It's just, it's really kind of nice up there now. But that's a ride. So I would like to go back there and take some pictures because it's just really neat. It was just super crowded. I couldn't believe how many people were up there when we went. It was kind of crazy. So I didn't take pictures because, you know, there's just people everywhere. So it wasn't the kind of pictures that, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of people in them and stuff. But eventually, I told my husband we'll come up in the fall or sometime when, you know, people get back to school and all those kind of things, and maybe I can get some cool pictures. But yeah, it was fun. Put a little music paper down. It was loads of people riding, because we've gone out before and it's never been like that. That was wild. I guess because, you know, you can't do as much indoors like movies and things, so everybody's really, I mean, it's a good thing that people are taking advantage of the outdoors and stuff more than before. I was just shocked. And it's good for those little businesses that are up there. They're probably amazed, considering it's never really been that busy. This, yeah, there's a little bit of that color there. I like this green. I like this paper from Hobby Lobby, this particular pack, because it's not cardstock. It's a lightweight, you know, almost like the weight of copy paper essentially. And so it's great for collaging because you don't have the big thick pieces, which is nice. Very pretty. Is that going to end up covering? It's going to cover a lot of my music paper. So yeah, I'll be really glad when they're done building houses where we're at, because I have replaced and repaired so many tires you would not even believe. It's just crazy. Yeah, I saw, I was watching Dee Dee Farrago, some of her stuff from this weekend last night, and they were out riding on sand dunes in Idaho too. Even though she doesn't live in Idaho, but came to visit. I think it's her parents. And I told her, hey, we were doing very similar things this weekend without even knowing it. husband loves that quadding thing. He just loves it. It's definitely a guy kind of thing. Well, I don't know. Our friends, she really enjoys it. But she likes to hunt and all that. I just didn't grow up doing all that, so I guess that's kind of why I'm not as into it. Maybe. I think it helps if you grow up doing all that. I mean, we went camping a few times, but it was never anything that I enjoyed anyway, even then. Maybe I'll go this way. I don't like that on there. I didn't like it. Could use something with this trim, but it's not really the right color either. The lace would be kind of fun. So yeah, I definitely think it's something you have to grow up doing. And it's kind of funny because I grew up with just my dad, but we just never did a whole lot of that. Kind of feel like it needs to come more like that. Something like that, maybe. I was just trying to break up the up and down thing, so that's why I tore that piece like that. Even though it's still going up and down, but yeah, it was fun. The way back wasn't super fun, but I'm just horrible. And then I got some of these fun little things from Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah. This, I can't remember what she calls it, but it's another one of her tickets, and I'll try to remember to link it. But these are really fun. And these are hers too. Her definitions, dictionary definitions. I've had those for a while. I just had to cut more out. So I might use some of those. I don't know, but I want to use one of these little ones. They're kind of fun. Where did I put it? I cut out some more of these because they just looked cute. I thought these little pieces like that. And then I stamped like tea and stuff on fabric, so maybe I'll use one of these. That one just says love. These ones I wrote on. I don't know if I like those. I can't decide. This one says tea too. I just thought they'd be fun to do, you know, put here and there just to add some texture. And maybe, oh, hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I realized that I never backed out. See, that's why I should never back in, or come in close. Jeez. My daughter called. She shattered her phone. She set it on top of her car and drove away. I swear, it's just like, I don't know. Anyways, we luckily had a phone that my husband had shattered, and he had it fixed, the glass fixed in it, and I had forgotten we had that phone, but we have it, and so she can use that one. Just everything's so stinking expensive, even just to get the glass fixed. I mean, her phone still works, it's just the glass is all shattered. So anyway, that's what she was calling about, but I didn't know. I thought it was like a dire thing, because she normally doesn't really call me. So, at least that's fixable. I think I'm gonna have it this way. I thought I was gonna turn it around, but I don't like it. I like this edge over here, so. And then I'm gonna put this here. Oh, I added that red paper. You guys kind of missed that whole. I kind of feel like it still needs something behind it. Like maybe just some book pagey type stuff. Let's use this piece. Might be a little bit big, but we can take it a little bit off. Is that too big still? Just a whole hodgepodge of things. Yeah, I like that better. So yeah, so fun. That's so crazy because we never had phones, and now it's like we're all unable to not, you know, to live without them, it seems like. It's kind of crazy. I'm just gonna squish that a little bit. And then I'm gonna just kind of put the glue around the edge of this, I think. Luckily this our glitter glue doesn't seem to come through a whole lot. I would normally probably stitch it, but it's not in a good spot for that. And I have no idea how long I was filming before. Yeah, at first I was like, yeah, well, you're gonna have to go get it fixed, and then my husband's like, no, we have that other one she can use. Save her $150. Okay, I like it, I like it. And then we'll go ahead and do the thumb hole up here. What do I do? Oh my goodness, right in front of my nose. So I've got sort of the middle here. I really stink at that. So yeah, these, even you could fold this all different ways and make some really cool things. I love these pattern instruction things because you really can do neat, fun things with them. Okay, oops. And then of course I'll have to make journaling cards to go inside of those, but that's definitely doable. Let's see, what else do we want to use? I was thinking maybe a piece of Eagle Mirage. I'm just going to use, like, you know, scraps. I mean, I did use a few pieces that were new, but this is pretty over here. Oh, I wonder if I should have this, like, so you could write on it. That might be a better idea. Do, like, this type of thing on here so that you could just write on there. Oh, the pin in the glue. So this is one of the pages from the Spillin Tea. That's just the plain without any other things added. So that you can use it to back pages or do this kind of thing, back tags. It's very handy to have some of these types of papers in your collection, sort of like, you know, having tea dye or coffee dye or whatever. Or if you have like some that are lace, or those work really well too. There's even staple holes in there. Not like that's part of the the paper that I scanned. It's kind of fun. Okay. So I guess this isn't totally collage because I am doing some whole pieces, but I might add a little something to it here. I really like those little tickets of Tina's, the new one I got. Fun with all the price tickets. This way a little bit more. I don't want that to be too close to that edge or it won't fold. So maybe I'll come to this side instead first. Sorry if I get my big old head in there. Okay. That should be good, except it's crooked, of course, because I can't ever not make it crooked. Ah. This one would look cute down here. Sticky hands. Kind of just want one instead of 2 rows. So I think I'm going to try to kind of take a bit off there. That would work. And that has 1 cup. I'll keep it just in case I want that 1 cup. It's always something, I'm telling you. Sorry if there's bad words. I know this book has some bad words. I unfortunately did not write it, so. But all the more reason for me to turn it into artwork, right? Okay, let's see if we can find a little tag or tickety thing. I did not get those all cut out. I started to cut them out, but it's been a day. Where are my little scissors? Oh my goodness, Amy. There's my bone folder. I did clean this all up, but now it's all sideways again from doing all these things. I still use these. I don't know what I did with them. What do I want? These are kind of cool. Although me cutting the circle with this big of scissors might be entertaining, to say the least. Does she have? No. I want to see if she had what this one was called on the little copyright thing on there. Just cutting out a tiny bit of that black edge off. that's just kind of fun. Something different. I'm gonna actually fold it and ink it across there. This is what you do when you can't cut a circle out very well. Then it looks totally intentional. It's the great part about junk journaling. I love it because it's so much different than like scrapbooking or all those things where everything had to be really precise and perfect and all of that. And sometimes I found that to be frustrating. Whereas I love this because, you know, some of those imperfections are the things that you're looking for when you're making junk journals. Which is kind of fun. Because let's face it, perfect is not really a thing. Oh, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to cut that out. Oh well. Losing the staple holes. Okay. Oops, I didn't cut it quite as deep as the other one. I should probably do that so that they don't look weird next to each other. Hopefully this will work without me tearing it. Just got to get a new one of those, and I just haven't. It's not like a intentional thing, I just haven't done it. Okay, and I need to ink back there. End up gluing it down to the thing. That would be smart. The book. Okay, so that will close like that, and then it'll close up again. So let's get these. I don't want to glue those down yet. I'm gonna kind of have to, or I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I'm gonna run glue down that fold mark right there to, you know, down the side of the pocket there. Because I know you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing when I have this in here. But I can't open it up all the way because I glued all that other stuff closed. And that was a bit less than perfect. But I think it will close it just fine. Just have to make sure we measure our journaling cards well. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one the same thing right down the crease so it stays closed. Wow, that was really bad. Okay, so we got a good spot to write on right there. And it'd probably be smart to do something similar there. So let's see. This piece with the lace. I kind of want that teacup circle on there if possible. Oops, I'm following the lines of the craft paper that are going that way. It's not smart. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit more off there. Try to sort of get it straight if possible. Sorry, I was kind of off screen there, huh? For a minute. I think I might do it that way. Kind of like it a little bit better. And I tore too much off, of course. But we'll ink down the side here. And that will help. That one. Man, I got that one close, didn't I? Always so happy that Tim Holtz ink washes off really easily, because my fingernail, I think I ink it more than the paper half the time. And if it was, it would be constantly brown if this was like a permanent ink, because it's a daily thing. I am stinking with putting the pin back in my glue today. Picking up after myself. This needs to go. And some of these I started to, I cut some circles out of, so they're not going to be very useful as glue pages. I might do something with the bottom. I had it this way, don't I? Okay, let's try to not get this totally messed up here. If possible. To put a little something down here. Like it. Cut out some of her other number things too. I wonder if one of these. We'll do maybe Dream or Dreamwork. No, I don't like that. Yeah, this would work. That would be kind of cool. Cat's being a little crazy, so if you hear, yep, there she goes. She's being loony. She's an old lady, and she still tears around sometimes like a kitten. She's so funny. Oh, yeah? You're gonna have all the kitty cats in YouTube land going crazy, Jules. To lose her marbles periodically. Yeah, she's good. She's like gonna be 13 coming up here pretty quick. It's kind of crazy to think about that it was that long ago that we went to the pound and got her. And all my daughter knew is she wanted a cat and she wanted to name it Jules, so it had to be a girl. So I think we got one of the only girls they had because we had to have a cat named Jules. Don't you know? Alright, so this one we're going to go with a side hole because we'll do a side pocket. And then I think that's where we shall stop for today. So I can get, hopefully, that journal listed and other things done and a video up, no less. I think that's about as middle as I'm going to get. So we will revisit this tomorrow. And I also have some cool, I got some mica powder from Arteza. They sent me mica powder, which I have never played with, so that's going to be an experience. So, you guys can join me in that. I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm going to do. I need to mess with it a little bit, but I need to do an unboxing video first. So, I will be working on that. But I think tomorrow we'll do this, and then maybe Wednesday I'll do that. It looks really cool. I just don't know a whole lot about mica powder. I wanted to try to see if you could do like color some fabric or something. It would make it a little shimmery I know it doesn't have a binder in it, so that's really the big thing, is how to make it stick to stuff. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is going to be really cool looking. So we'll have a pocket here, and a pocket here, and it'll fold up completely like this. So this will get hooked down, this will be the front, so we'll decorate that, and then it'll fold open like this, and you can write on these too. So yeah, that is my little pattern instruction booklet, but you could do these loads of different ways. In fact, I do have videos. I will try to link them, but I'm not going to promise anything because they're old videos, and sometimes it's hard for me to get those, find them, and then link them and all that. So, but I'll see what I can do. All right, we will chat again tomorrow, and thank you guys so much for joining me today, and talk later. Bye-bye.